Hello, welcome to the second lesson of building a complete soccer league management system. In this lesson, we shall be implementing application layer for match entity. So, I'm going to create a new branch. I'm going to call it app layer for match entity. Then I'll click create. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new project in the solution. So I right click on Solution Explorer. I'm going to say add new project. I'm going to search for class library. So I'm going to select C# class library. So I'll click next. So I'm going to create a new project called soccer league.application. I'll click next. Then I'll click create. So I'm going to delete class 1. And I'm going to add dependencies. So I'm going to add, I'm too fast. So I'll click on dependencies. I'm going to say add project reference. I'm going to add soccer league.domain, the project we created in the first lesson. Then I'll click OK. So now I'm going to create a folder called DTOs. I'm going to say add new folder. The name of the folder will be DTOs. I'm going to create a subfolder called match in that DTOs folder. So add new folder match. Then I'm going to create a class in the match subfolder called matchdto.cs. So I right click here, add class matchdto.cs. So this is the implementation for matchdto.cs class. So there is an error. There is no class. There is no class called MatchEvent DTO. So we are going to create that now. So I go to Solution Explorer here. I right click on Match subfolder, add class MatchEvent DTO. So this is the implementation for MatchEvent DTO. The next DTO class I'm going to create is create match DTO. add class, create match DTO. Now this is the implementation for create match DTO. The next DTO class I'm going to create is update match DTO. I right click on match subfolder and I'm going to add a new class here. That will be update match DTO. And this is going to be the implementation for update match DTO. The next class I'm going to create is create match event DTO. Create match event DTO. So this is the code file for create match event DTO. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create another folder in the application project called common. Inside the application project, inside common folder, I'm going to create another folder called models. And inside models folder, we are going to create another class called queryParameters.cs. So I have this class called queryParameters. So this class will be used to implement searching, sorting later on, as well as paging. The next class we are going to create is match query parameter. Match query parameter.cs. Now this is the code file. Match query parameter is inheriting from the class I created earlier on called query parameter, and it defines additional properties of its own. The next class I'm going to implement is paged result. Paged result.cs. The next class I'm going to implement is result. Now, in the application project, I'm going to create another folder called contracts. I'm going to create another subfolder called persistence in contracts folder. Then I'm going to create an interface. Add new item, interface, add generic repository.cs. So we have methods like get by ID async, get all async, get paged async, find async, add async, update async, delete async, exist async, count async. Now I'm going to create another interface called iMatchRepository. So iMatchRepository is inheriting from iGeneric repository, and it defines additional methods like get matches async, get matches by season, get matches by team, get upcoming matches, get recent matches, get match with details async, add match event async, update match score async. Now we'll go to the Solution Explorer. Under the application project, we are going to create another subfolder. We are going to call it mappings. And inside mappings, I'm going to create another class called match profile. Add class matchprofile.cs. So I'm going to, because of this error, I'm going to right click on this project. I'm going to say manage Nuket packages. So I'm going to search for AutoMapper. Then I'll click install. I accept. So now match profile is inheriting from profile class in AutoMapper. So we have the constructor for match profile class, and inside the constructor for match profile class, we create mappings between match domain entity and match DTO. We also create mappings between match domain entity and create match DTO. We also create mappings between match domain entity and update match DTO. Then we create mappings between MatchEvent domain entity and MatchEvent DTO. Then we create, so what we do is that for all the objects, in the case of MatchEvent DTO, we create mappings in both directions. MatchEvent DTO. Okay, that's that. So what's the next stuff? So now we go to application. We are going to create a new folder called features. And inside features, we are going to create another subfolder called matches. And inside matches, we are going to create another subfolder called commands. And inside commands, we are going to create another subfolder called create match. And inside create match folder, We are going to create a class called createMatchCommand.cs. So this is going to be the implementation for create match. We'll right click on our application project again. We'll say manage NuGet packages. So we are going to install MediatR. Going to accept the license terms again. So after installing MediatR, this is what we have. Then we are going to create the handler for create match command. Add new class create match command handler. Now this is the code. So I'm going to create another class called create command validator.cs. So this class will be used to implement Fluent validation. So we need to install another package. Manage So let's install it. FluentValidation. So now it's time to implement features for update match. So I'm going to create another folder here. I'm going to call it update match. Now I need to create update match command. Update match command handler. This is the implementation for update match command handler. Then we need to implement update match command validator as well. So now this is the implementation for update match command. validator. We are going to create another folder for delete match. So inside the delete match folder, we are going to create another class called delete match command. Now this is implementation for delete match. We also need to implement the handler for delete match. Add class delete match command handler. So this is the implementation for delete match command handler. So under commands folder, we are going to create another subfolder called add match event. And then we are going to create a class called add match event command. Now this is the implementation for add match event command. Then the next thing we are going to do is we want to create the handler for add match event command. Add match event command handler.cs. This is the code file for add match event command handler. The next code file we want to add is the FluentValidation code file for add match event command. So I click on add match event subfolder. I'm going to say add class, add match event command validator.cs. And this is the implementation. Then under matches, we are going to create another folder called queries. We are going to create another subfolder under query called get all matches. And then we are going to create a class called getAllMatchesQuery.cs. Now this is the implementation for getAllMatchesQuery.cs. Then I need to implement the handler for getAllMatchesQuery handler. I need to implement the handler for getAllMatchesQuery rather. So I'll click on getAllMatches, add class getAllMatchesQueryHandler.cs. This is the implementation for getAllMatchesQueryHandler. We are going to create a subfolder under queries. We are going to call that subfolder get match by ID. So add new folder. Sorry, made a mistake, that's the wrong place. So I'll right click on queries, add new folder, get match by ID. So I'm going to create a new class called get match by ID query. So now This is implementation for get match by ID query. Now the next thing I'm going to implement is the get match by ID query handler. So I'll go to Solution Explorer, add class get match by ID query handler, add. So this is the code file for get match by ID query handler. So we need to create another subfolder called get matches by season. So I right click, add new folder, get matches by season. So I'm going to create a new class inside get matches by season called get matches by season query. This is the implementation for it. Then we need to also implement get matches by season query handler. This is the implementation for it. I've not yet finished that. We need to create another folder called get matches by team. Now, having created get matches by team, we are going to create another class called get matches by team query.cs. Now, let's implement that class. We need to implement the handler for get matches by team query. This is it. We need to create another subfolder called Get Upcoming Matches. Add folder, new folder, Get Upcoming Matches. Then we need to create in that newly created folder a file as a class rather. A class called getUpcomingMatchesQuery.cs. Now this is the code file for Get Upcoming Matches. We need to create the handler for Get Upcoming Matches query. Let's do that. Add new class. Get Upcoming Matches query handler. This is the implementation for it. We are going to create another subfolder called Get Recent Patches. So we are going to add a new class called Get Recent Matches Query. Then we need to add the handler for Get Recent Matches Query. So this is the code file for get recent matches query handler. Then we are going to create another file in the application project called application service registration.cs. So add new class application service.registration.cs. And this is the code file for it. Okay, so let's install another package. Okay. So we still have this error. Let's go to our application project again, manage, NuGet packages. Let's look for AutoMapper.extensions. Microsoft.dependency injection. Let's apply. Okay, that clears the error. So with that, we have come to the end of the tutorial. Thank you for watching.